Today we're going to disassemble a 2011 pistol. With me I have a executive from STI, but this will pretty much cover any STI related 2011. The first thing we're going to need to do is take the slide off. Now I have a Dawson toolless guide rod, and I'll show you how to take that off in a second. But let's make sure that it's empty. It is. On a Dawson toolless guide rod, I like to hold back the slide, and underneath here there's a tab. You're going to push on it with your punch, let the slide go slowly, and it should catch on this reverse plug. Alright, so next we're going to line up that notch for the slide stop release on the slide and pull out the slide stop. We'll set that aside. I'm going to take the slide off. From here, take the guide rod out, and we can take the barrel out. You see on the guide rod, this is the tab that I pushed up with my my punch here, and that's where it hangs up, and it captures the spring. Now that the slide is disassembled, let's work on the frame. The STI is a modular frame, or the 2011 is a modular frame, meaning that the grip can separate completely from the top portion, which is the frame itself. So first thing we got to do is take out this mainspring housing pin, and in order to do that we need to relieve the pressure or the tension on that spring that this hammer is causing. So we need to let this hammer back down. One thing you've got to be careful with is you don't want your hammer to fall on a frame without a slide on it, because it's going to start damaging part of the frame. So I'm going to hold on to the hammer and slowly release it forward. Okay. And then I'm going to punch out this pin. Alright, pin is out. Take off the mag well, set that aside, and then we could take off the mainspring housing. So that just slides out. Put that aside. So you're probably wondering why I have this little yellow plastic piece in my grip. Well, this, all it does is just wedge the grip safety into place so that it doesn't become a factor. Common practice is to drill a hole in the mainspring housing and pin it in place. I have yet to do that. That is another project coming up, but that'll work in the meantime. Alright, now with the mainspring out, we need to take the firing control components out. So we'll start with taking the safety out. And in order to take the safety out, you're going to lift the safety about halfway in between the safe position and the fire position. So about halfway up, about like that, and then you're going to wiggle the safety out. Now you got to be careful, because there is a plunger under spring tension here, so if you pull it out too quickly, the spring is just going to go shooting off across the room. So what I like to do is I like to hold it in place and kind of cup it with my hand here as I wiggle this safety out, and you can already kind of see that the safety is coming out. So there you go, the plunger goes shooting into my hand. Let's put that away. The other side of the safety just rotates and pulls out, which then shoots out the grip safety. At this point, we just move everything out of the way, the strut out of the way, and the sear spring comes out. Okay, so once we got that out, we can start moving on to the hammer and removing the sear. The hammer and sear are in place by 2 pins. The larger pin is holding in the hammer, and the smaller pin is holding in the sear. They only come out and install in one direction, and they're going to come out right to left. So I'm going to pop out this larger pin, and the hammer comes out. Then I'm going to work on the smaller pin, oops, and the sear and disconnector pops out. Alright, I'm going to show you how the sear and disconnector are installed within the gun. Keep this in mind, as when you start reassembling the pistol back together, you'll need to put this in the exact order. So this is the disconnector, and this is the sear. And you're going to want to place the sear on top of the disconnector like so. See from the side. And here's where the pin kind of goes through both the disconnector and the sear to hold it in place. So that's how that's how it's orientated, and that's how it's gonna go back into the gun. Cool. Alright, so next we want to get the trigger bow out and the grip off of the frame. So in order to get the grip off the frame, there's 3 screws. There's this screw here, and another screw right there. It's just a captured screw. So we'll take those off, and then I'll show you how to take out the trigger bow and the mag release button. So we'll take an Allen key, loosen these up, take out the first screw, take out the second screw, and you'll notice, you may not be able to see it clearly here, but there's these nuts that protrude through, and right now it's actually preventing, even if I take this off, it's preventing the grip from coming down. So those need to be taken out. On this particular gun, it's a pretty tight fit, and I'm going to have to punch them out. I've seen some 2011s where once you take the screw out, they just fall out. No big deal. Just punch it out real quick. There we go. And this nut is out. Now you'll notice that this nut is not a full circle. There's a cut. This cut up top will line up with the frame, and there really is only one way to install this, but that needs to line up with the frame, or else it actually won't go in correctly, obviously. And it'll, I don't even think the screw will reach, and it actually will. I mean, if you can install it, it'll probably hang up the magazine. So just keep that in mind. Take the other side out. There we go. The other side's exactly the same. Alright, let's take this screw out now. Now this screw is a little awkward to take out. You need 2 of the same Allen key sizes. I don't know the sizes off the top of my head, and I might put them down below on this YouTube video. But put in one size. Oh, is this not the right size? There we go. So put in one side, put in the other side, and then loosen it up. Great. See what I mean by awkward? There we go. Alright, that's out. And then on this pistol as well, it is pretty tight in there, so I'm going to hammer that out with my punch. There we go. So after all those screws are out, those 3 screws, the grip just comes apart. This is the frame. Set that aside. The last piece is to take the trigger bow out of the grip. In order to do that, we need to remove the mag release button. And since I have an extended button here, I'm going to need to take that off before. Okay. In order to take the mag release off, you'll use a flathead screwdriver, a small one, and you'll place it in. It's like any other 1911 at this point. But place your screwdriver in there. Press in the magazine release button just slightly and turn clockwise. No, sorry, counterclockwise, 90 degrees. There you go. And that just comes out. And then your trigger bar comes out. So there's the shoe and trigger bow. And an empty grip. So that's it, guys. That's how you disassemble a 2011 pistol. I will be putting together another video that covers reassembly of this pistol. Right, if you guys like this video, comment and subscribe, and let me know if this was helpful. If not, then, well, sorry. Alright, see you guys.